Ojo.
Shannon. Yo, shout out to Shannon Sharpe. I fuck with Shannon. I fuck with Nightcap. I fuck with Nightclub. I mean, Club Shay Shay. I think Shannon is one of those. He's one of the ones. But so you know that he had a case going on. I think it's maybe 2 or 3 months now. It's been
Yeah.
ongoing 2 or 3 months. So he finally settled the amount of the settlement didn't come out, like how much he paid out. That didn't come out. They just say that they settled. And Shannon first they were suing him for $50 million. Things changed. He settled. The case is closed. He moved on. Because remember, before he left, he made an announcement that he's gonna take a break from ESPN and he'll be back.
Before the NFL season
Break.
start, yeah.
ESPN fired him. Like, not he's fired. Let me not say fired. Whatever. Release. He's gone. So
He's
how do you
fired.
guys feel about that?
I want to ask you guys a question first, Marcelo. You can go right, like just a quick question, then you can go.
No, yeah, here you go.
So, do you guys like okay now that everything's like coming out? Do you guys believe that Shannon should have settled before it hit the publics? And would that would have the same outcome as he done so? Like, what do you guys think about that?
Remember, he attempted.
No, he said he wasn't going to because it was a shakedown.
Oh,
Remember, he said
got you.
that. He said that. He
Got
said he
you.
wasn't going to because it was shakedown.
Yes.
Nothing that wasn't consensual that happened.
Yeah.
So me, I'm saying that like just like for collateral, just for being safe, like because that's what they want. They want dirt on your name. You get what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
even if you're not guilty, but like you saving yourself a lot of money and a lot of like like your name, whatever. Like
Yeah.
should he have like kind of like settle it in the beginning, like give her the 50 mil and make 150 mil? Because Shannon was ready to sign like $100 million podcast deal with Barstool when
But
this shit hit.
yeah, but like it goes back to the Diddy situation. Diddy settled with Cassie, and then they said like some other like the state or feds or something, whatever, end up taking up the case, and then he had to go through all this. So even though he settled, he still had to come out all types of stuff and still get dragged publicly and all that other stuff. So it could be sometimes where you settle and they still come after you.
But those were
So
different kids though. They
yeah, this
Diddy,
is because that was
yeah,
more
but I'm saying that
federal.
the Diddy and Cassie kid that he settled, that's not the one that he's being sued for right now. That's not the one he's in trouble for right now. That one they don't even
Okay.
like speak about.
Got you,
So,
That's
got
a
you.
but
different.
Okay.
what Salo is saying though, because of
Hmm.
that, it triggers the other
The triggers
situation to
other
happen.
stuffs. Yeah, yes, I can
Yeah.
understand that too.
But there's
So
one
Hmm.
so
element though. He messed up because they could have handled it privately, and when it came out publicly, he settled right away because there was a conversation of yo, Cassie had a book that was supposed to come out, and he said, yo, we can settle, or you can pay the books for the book not to come out, and therefore I'm not gonna go after you publicly, and we can just settle that way. Did he say, hell, I'm not doing it? Like he didn't think they were gonna do it. He said, fuck it. So then they came out, yo, Cassie is suing Diddy for such and such for 30 mil. Because then like 2 3 days later, he settled. Because that showed a sign of guilt. Then
yeah.
boom, when that happened, it was like, okay, now that the Fed came and picked it up. So that it happened like they happened literally, periodically, refused to pay the book, suing you. I paid 3 days, and then like a couple months later, he's being charged. Shannon Sharpe,
Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't want to handle it privately. He just said whatever he thought he was going to win. I don't know, but it didn't go his way.
And honestly, once stuff like that come out, it's just very hard to.
Yeah,
It's just
bro.
there's no
I
winning it.
I
Yeah.
think this has cost Shannon over hundreds of $1 million. Yeah.
But you know what it is though. Honestly, when it comes to ESPN, because the case got dropped, right? Like as far as I'm concerned, like the last stuff I saw was that he settled and the case got dropped, right?
Yeah, it is.
But
The kid.
but ESPN still came back and fired him because
Hmm.
it's like for whatever reason they did, even though people like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, was fighting a rape case and still playing basketball. NBA didn't suspend him, to my knowledge. He was still coming to the games, still playing whatever. But I truly believe behind closed
Oh,
doors, it's like
info.
with the ESPN firing, it's like okay, and I'm not trying to drive no stuff, but I feel like with Stephen A and whatchamacallit, like on First Take and Shannon Sharpe on First Take because Shannon was spending more and more time on First Take. I feel like it was a certain point where I even saw reports of basically them talking about Shannon Sharpe taking First Take after Stephen A. Did you see that report? I don't know where David went.
No, like after him, I didn't see that report.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
after,
I had to take
Oh,
a
yeah.
flare.
David, did you ever see the reports that came out at a certain point when Shannon Sharpe had joined First Take, talking about basically him becoming Stephen A's replacement at one point?
Shannon Sharp becoming Stephen A. Smith replacement at one point. I don't know.
Replacement on First Take at one point. Did you ever see those
No, I didn't see
articles?
that.
Oh, okay. So at one point, because when he was on there, like especially in the beginning, they were doing very good.
Yeah, yeah.
And at one point, I had basically start seeing little talks of like if Stephen A was to leave First Take, Shannon Sharp basically taking on that role
Oh,
because
okay.
like the numbers was looking
yeah,
good.
the number, yeah, Shannon had the number.
Shannon's platform was also doing very good.
Yeah.
Like he's doing
Yeah.
these big interviews.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
know what I think? You know what I
It
think?
became a stuff. Hello,
Yeah, you here. We
Yeah, we
can
can
hear you.
hear you. Go ahead. You just went off for a little bit and came back.
hello. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can
Yeah,
hear you.
my bad. Somebody called. But it almost became to me like at a certain point, and Shannon started moving with a little bit more pizzazz. Shannon start becoming where it's not just my head is down, you know what I mean, type shit. It was like I know who I am more and more coming from him.
Yeah.
And I truly believe, like, especially on First Take, like Stephen A. Smith is the type of person where shine just don't outshine me is sometimes how I feel about him. Not saying he's a bad person, but I feel like he wants people to know this is my show and I run this stuff. And I feel like I'm not saying that he like was conspiring against Shannon, but I really think especially in the beginning, it was odd to me how it wasn't like no way this is a shakedown boom. It was more so Shannon's my guy. I'm not going to speak on the case because I don't know what went on behind closed doors. It didn't come across to me as someone standing up for the character of their friend and someone they know and trust. And I'm not saying he went behind closed doors to ESPN to say get rid of him, but I think if when the people in the upper room ask Stephen A, hey, what you think about it? I think Stephen A response would be along the side of he's my guy, but we'll be good with or without him. And I didn't feel like he really fought for Shannon on a real level at past a certain point because I feel like if he would have really been behind him, then I don't think he would have got fired like this. I'm not saying he went behind closed doors, whatever, but I do feel a part of him felt a little threatened by Shannon Sharp's ascension into what Shannon Sharp was becoming and doing. Because I don't
I,
understand the firing.
I don't know. That could be true, but me, like, I don't know. That's because Stephen A. the one that brought Shannon on there.
Good
He
point.
actually vouched for Shannon. You get what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
also in this specific case, Salah, like I get it, but you gotta be careful because like when this type of case come out, you can't really because Shannon, like Stephen A. because people's gonna ask him, "Were you there?" Like he's
Exactly.
not there, so he can't come out and just say that like, "Oh, Shannon's never did it." And I don't think he said that. Like he said that he knows Shannon character. He said this is something that he don't believe that Shannon would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But he
this
doesn't
is
know
a
all the facts.
sensitive is a sensitive subject, so you can't really speak more on it.
Yeah.
And I think Stephen A. No matter who you are, I don't think anybody can really outshine Stephen A. because he's already stamping that in that journalism, like in terms of like that
He's the guy.
journalism, whatever it is, he's that
Mhm.
guy.
Mhm.
So Shannon could be big, but Stephen A. still that guy. You get what I'm saying?
And you know
And
what it is?
me,
It don't
I
even.
don't think let me just finish because I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
saying
yeah.
I
No.
don't think this case is the only case because Shannon accidentally went on live where he was
Mm-hmm.
trashing some you know what I'm saying. It's like so I
Yeah.
don't think this specific case
You're
is
right.
I think it had a lot of moving pieces to it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's bringing a lot of heat to the ESPN, and they gotta cut tie no matter how big you
Yep.
might be. They
Facts.
have to cut tie because it wasn't
Wasn't
like
looking
the
good.
first it wasn't and it wasn't the first time. And
Facts.
this one, kind of like boiled the water a little bit more, and they just like, all right, we gotta cut ties now.
Wasn't looking good.
Hey, that's a good point you made, especially it's not like it's the first incident. Like this
Yeah,
dude did drop that video where, and you know what it is? I don't even feel like as much threatened as much as like there was a little redundancy with Stephen A and Shannon because both are the good guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it can genuinely be like it got to be a little contrast sometimes for shit to really work. And I
yeah,
feel like it got to be a protagonist and an antagonist. Both
yeah,
you guys can't be the good guys,
Yeah.
so it can be a little bit of redundancy there. Is what I saw because Skip gonna be the bad guy. This other person gonna be
Yeah.
the good
Yeah.
guy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
with them two is a little redundancy, but you are right in terms of this isn't his first incident. He
yeah.
did
Mm-hmm.
come out with that other BS, so they probably looking at it like it's some.
Cause
And
I
then
don't know,
even
bro. Like accidentally going on Instagram Live is crazy.
it's
You gotta go
crazy.
through a lot of shit, bro.
Like, you have to figure. If I tell you to go live right now, you got to press. You have to do.
So much buttons, bro. Yeah. So I just don't know. Cause me, I was thinking also it could be that, like, but I was also
It
thinking,
could be
cause
an accident.
before that, there was a lot of rumor people thinking that Shannon's fruity. Cause AB was posting a lot, you know what I'm saying? The way he
Yeah,
walk and stuff
yeah,
like that. So me, I was saying like Unk probably did that just to prove that he really like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he liked
yeah.
that.
It
You
could
get
be
what I'm
that, or
saying, sir?
he probably went on live on accident too. It could be
Yeah,
both.
it
Like,
could
we
be.
don't know all the
Yeah, it
facts,
could be.
but with the Stephen A. Smith stuff, I think like yeah, honestly, I like Stephen A. Smith with Skip better than I like Stephen A. Smith with Shannon. I like Shannon with Skip better than I like Shannon
Shannon,
with
It was
Stephen A.
Stephen A.
Smith.
Smith.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
It's not.
agree.
I'm not saying as a person who I think is a better person. Like
Yeah.
you always got to separate the two things. Okay, the product Stephen A. Smith and Skip was giving us was gold. The product that Shannon Sharpe and Skip was giving us was golden. So
Yeah,
it's just like
facts.
they both give us the product. Like Salo said, you need a villain. Imagine you watching a movie. There's no villain. They're both. It's all superhero. Y'all just gonna be saving shit. There's like no. There's no roller
Yeah.
coaster. Like
It's
our
too much
film is
redundancy. Yep.
Hmm.
exactly. So it's like it was more jokey, right? It's like LeBron is the goal, Mike is the goal, Shannon, you're not going. So it became like just pure entertainment,
Yeah.
where
Hmm.
it just even though with the other one is just entertainment, but it was just a little bit more personal with those like two. It's like
Yeah.
why the white guy talking
Yeah,
about
we should
black
tune in and
players like
watch.
that? We need the
Hmm.
black guy to defend the black players. So
Yeah.
it was better that way. But I think with Stephen A. Smith, you can it was certain things that I agree with Salo. Stephen A. Smith kind of came off a little bit like he
You
was
feel me?
like he was feeding them to the wolves. It came off like that, but that don't mean I don't know if that's how he was feeling because
No, I feel you. It
all
just
the things he did, bringing him in, and it was a video where he was talking good about Shannon, and there was another interview he did where he was like, "I don't know, he's my guy, this and that." You could have just shut the fuck up.
yes.
You could have just been like, "Well,
Thank
yeah,
you.
there's a case. I have nothing to say right now. We will see what happened." Right? It's better that way, but I feel like because Stephen S. Smith brought him, people expect a little bit more from him to say, but you could have done it in a better way. And I seen another video where he did it that way. But
Yeah.
overall, I don't think he trying to get rid of Shannon. I don't think it's that though. But
No, I don't think he was trying. I don't think he was, and I stated that. Like, I don't think he was conspiring against Shannon the way he did it with Max.
yeah, Max, he got Max out of there.
Yeah, I
Max,
think yeah, he got
he
Max.
conspired against Max and got him up out of there. But I've been in the
Yeah.
workspace to know long enough. Even people that got love for you or whatever can be on some. Hey, we'll be good. Like, and it's
Hmm.
not that they're
Yep.
trying to get rid of you, but they're just saying
With
I
some
can
tough
do
off.
it.
Hmm.
Yep.
Nah,
I agree.
facts, facts.
Because there's times where I'm like, bro, if you got love for someone and that's your boom boom, and you know how the industry is, you know that, you can't vouch all the way for someone, but you
Yeah.
could be like,
And,
try to do more to
yeah,
let
nah,
folks know,
facts.
hey, I don't know everything, but I know this man's character and I know how this industry is, and I just feel like this is a shakedown, but and time will tell,
Hmm.
whatever comes out, but I know this man and I think this is some bullshit. You could
And
come across a certain way that's like not you definitively saying what happened,
mhm.
but you feel me? You're
I
showing
agree.
support, and even when it comes to the bosses, you could fight for people in a certain way. You can fight harder. You can try to
I
do
agree.
more if you really genuinely feel like you and that person can experience long term. But I feel like Stephen A. He's smart. He sees stuff, and a part of him probably feel like, hey, yo, it's a lot of redundancy with me and this guy.
And also, it's
Nah,
gonna be
I
good
agree.
numbers. The numbers was good too with
Yeah,
Detroit.
numbers was good too, you know, but it's a marathon. You feel me? This shit a marathon, David, you know?
Yes,
So
it is.
long term, I feel like they were gonna run into too much redundancy issues over the long haul, you know?
I
Yeah,
agree. And to
and
your
the
point,
thing
I
about
think
it,
Stephen A. Go
they
ahead, go
both
ahead,
had
go
their
ahead.
own separate platform too. I think that would have also kind of helped the case. But go ahead, more.
Yeah, I was saying that like, and to his point, I think Stephen A. have an. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think he have enough power to like kind of like advocate for Shannon Sharp, like in the proper manner, like in the right way.
But
Because
bro,
there's no way he's signing
situation like
hundred
this, home,
something $1 million deals if you don't have that much power in that space.
but a
You get what I'm
situation like
saying?
this,
So,
I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather be not involved in it at all because, like you said, you can be my homeboy and doing something I don't know.
yeah,
That's
facts.
that's
Nah,
the
that's
scary
facts.
part about it. So I'd rather be like, yeah, that's a real nigga. And the next thing you know, he doing something behind closed door that just disgusting. You know, so
Yeah.
you never really.
And it's not like Shannon was, and it's not like they whatever they taking advantage of the shorty part. I don't know about that part, but it's not like he wasn't guilty of like doing freaky shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like he
Shannon
was
was.
out there doing it.
No, that's a
You
fact.
know?
Shannon was out here getting freaky for sure.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
Man, Shannon was, yeah, I don't know the
Right.
details of the case, so I ain't
but that's
gonna
not
speak on
illegal though. That's to get freaky is
What do
not
you want?
to
illegal.
give exactly being freaky, like
Hmm?
you
Yeah,
feel me?
Okay.
Shannon was, you feel me, probably really role playing and stuff. I don't think he was, you know, I don't know the details, but I'm
Yeah.
like, man.